Hello everyone and welcome back to Fire Emblem Heroes. I have a big surprise in the screen right here. It is indeed the Ninja Yunaka. So we have the anniversary and I got my tickets for the 12 Luminaries Gacha. And I got Ninja Yunaka, which is a character that I was trying to get back when Ninja Gulveig released. So I wanted both Ninja Gulveig, obviously the priority, but then also Ninja Yunaka. And I got that, so today we are here for her showcase. We have some other characters which I also got while doing my crazy anniversary rolling, such as Heimdallr, and the other one is Legendary Sakura. So look forward to those as well. We are catching up a little on some backlog of characters that I didn't exactly get. I've been trying to get Violet, the emblem one off screen, didn't go crazy, but at least I got some stuff to show for it. And now I am saving for not the next new heroes, but the seasonal next month, which I always forget what it is, but when it comes to me, I will try and remember. But anyway, let's start with the showcase. As usual, the first half is the stuff that you all love and appreciate, art, animation, dialogues, etc. Then build the showcase, and finally, gameplay showcase. So, I will be back with you later.
Shuriken, Kunai, Kusarigama. I am so excited about all these curious weapons! Ah! Hey, stop poking at me! Want me to drop my hidden weapons? The main duties of a shinobi are intelligence gathering and assassinations. Kind of reminds me of earlier days. I've heard Micaiah is a ninja too. I wonder where she is. I'm quite skilled at the ninja technique of hiding myself with invisibility magic. Wanna see? Or not see, I guess? Feast your eyes on the art of disguise. I'll start by imitating the divine dragon's voice.
I am guided by the emblems. Emblem, engage!
Could you detect my presence? Before I spoke to you, that is. Could you detect my presence? Before I spoke to you, that is.
And here we are with the build showcase. So when it comes to ninjas, you guys know the deal: high movement, high damage, double attack guaranteed on the weapon, and also not the best stats to have in the enemy phase, but still quite good enough to take either two. As you can see, we have an infantry red bow, quite the niche weapon type, with also another niche in her exclusive skill that we will delve into later. So we have 40 HP, 55 attack, 46 speed, all stats on the high side, and then defenses on the mid-high side, I would say, with 31 def and 35 res. When it comes to the weapon, we have a weapon that grants her a plethora of buffs, but also inflicts debuffs. So as you can see, we have the Brave attack, unit attacks twice, always active, and then at the start of turn and after unit acts, she inflicts Discord, Speed Shackle, and Defense Shackle. So this is very important and useful because not only you inflict a debuff on all stats, but a focus on speed and depth, which guarantees that a melee or physical type team gets a good result out of attacking after Yunaka acts. So you don't really want to give her skills that give her more buffs if she attacks last, since obviously you want to maximize the debuffs that she inflicts. Then we have buffs that trigger if she initiates combat or has more than 25% HP. She gets attack speed def res equals to the number of foes on 3 rows and 3 columns with a maximum of 14. And then she can get plus 25 flat damage or 15 damage reduction also true. Obviously she can get both, but those trigger depending on the situation, if you are attacking or getting attacked, etc. And also we do have another effect, which is a tempo effect, which is always nice, that also scales off the enemies on the field. Overall you can see how those effects give her a lot of utility. Player face utility with the buffs, the true damage reduction, and the tempo. And then we have a utility with the debuffs that work for her and also your other allies, since obviously she inflicts them at the start of turn and then after she acts, so time frames where you can use your other characters as well. Her special is Arch Rival, which scales off the greater of her or her enemy attack, which means she will also deal a lot of damage since she does have high attack already, and also gives her another damage reduction, in this case on percentage of 40%. Also, she gets another buff, which is Weapon Trainer Advantage. She gets -2 +2 on the special for her and her enemy, which means that you delay the enemy special and you get her special active more fast. So now you might be wondering, this effect is obviously only active whenever she's against a green foe, but her Ninja Zap passive actually gives her an advantage on the weapon triangle against colorless foes, which is an incredibly niche but useful bonus, which makes her an anti-colorless character. Since we do have a lot of very tanky colorless characters, dragons, etc., this is a character that can find a very reasonable spot in a lot of future metas as well, as long as her damage obviously keeps up with her. The rest of the effects in this skill are movement based. We can have her move through 4 spaces, and also she gets a warp effect. Not only that, at the start of player phase or enemy phase, if she has more than 25% HP, she gets another special cooldown charge +1 per attack during combat, which added to the other special reduction effects that we saw on the rest of her kit guarantees that this 4 cooldown is nothing, basically. And then she gets a dodge, a speed check to give her more damage reduction percentage based. And for the last effects we have some stat bonus if the unit initiates combat or unit HP is higher than 25%, then we have true damage and true damage reduction based on the fact if she has a spaces within 2 spaces, which triggers her warp effect, so those conditions that you see in the middle, there is an ally, etc. Those can be 15 if there is such a space, so plus 15 damage, minus 15 damage taken, otherwise 7. And finally, anti-damage reduction that goes up to 50%. The other skills, we have seen them before, Lul Finish, so more damage on her combat, plus 15 true damage, and HP Restore. And finally, we have Odd Speed Wave, which gives her more speed and null follow-up. All in all, pretty good effects for a player face character. Obviously, her niche is what will be the most long-lived part of her kit, so anti-colorless with also the ninja effect, so double attack guaranteed, and a lot of damage, like she has a plethora of true damage on her weapon, on her unique skill. We do see that it is something for sure that will make her have a difference in battle. But enough for my showcase. I would say this is a character that if you can get her will be extremely useful. If you cannot, probably over the course of time she will be power creeped, at least as a general player face character. But as an anti-colorless specialist, that is harder, so that is something to consider. Now, next up is the gameplay showcase, but as always remember that if you want to support the channel you can always smash that like button or that subscribe button. And if you want to support the channel more, you can join as a large supporter or send a super thanks with a donation under your favorite anti-lodge video, which also really helps. Next time, not really sure who I'm doing in terms of showcase, so until then, enjoy the gameplay showcase.
Nin-ZAPPY! Ha! Show me the way.
What shall I do?
Expect greatness. Ninja, engage!
Is anyone hurt? I saw that coming. Certainly.
Gotcha!
I'll take your life.
They won't see me coming.